A drifting SpaceX rocket is heading toward an accidental collision with the moon, and scientists are preparing to watch. The upper stage is expected to hit the surface on Wednesday near Einstein Crater. In this video, we will explain how this happened, what observers may see, and why the event matters for future astronauts and the growing problem of space debris. The coming lunar collision began with a successful SpaceX launch more than a year ago. The rocket carried a pair of lunar landers, completed that part of its mission, and then left its upper stage drifting through space. That discarded stage is now following a path that will end at the moon, even though SpaceX never intended for it to reach the lunar surface. Space tracking expert Bill Gray predicts that the stage will arrive on Wednesday near Einstein Crater, located on the moon's sunlit western limb. He estimates an impact speed of about 5,400 miles per hour or 8,700 kilometers per hour. That is roughly 7 times the speed of sound, making the arrival extremely fast, with no possibility of a gentle landing. The event is accidental, but experts believe it could have been prevented. The upper stage might have been moved into an orbit around the sun instead of being left on a path that eventually crossed the moon. That possibility has become part of a wider discussion about managing spent rocket hardware after its main purpose ends. This will not be the first known accidental lunar collision involving an inactive rocket. In 2022, a Chinese rocket segment reached the moon's far side and created a pair of craters. The new SpaceX event will happen on the near side, making it easier for Earth-based observers to study. The predicted location also affects who may have the best opportunity to watch. Because the event will happen during the early morning hours in the United States, may have favorable viewing conditions. Scientists are not treating this object as a major danger to the moon. However, its journey has drawn attention to a growing issue. More hardware is entering space, and more abandoned objects are remaining beyond their original missions. As Bill Gray put it, things are getting crowded. This single stage therefore represents more than an unusual collision. It shows how decisions made after launch can continue producing consequences long after the payloads have moved on. When the upper stage reaches the moon, the collision is expected to create a new crater and throw a plume of dust and broken material above the surface. The energy involved will be comparable to about 3 tons of TNT, giving scientists a chance to observe a known object reaching the moon at a predicted time and location. The first visible sign may be a brief flash lasting less than 1 second. Experts believe that flash will probably be too faint to see easily from Earth, especially because the site lies on the moon's sunlit western limb. The bright surface could make the moment difficult to detect, even for observers who are watching at the right time. The plume may be more useful. Material released from the surface could stretch for several miles into space and remain visible through telescopes for tens of minutes. Benjamin Fernando of Los Alamos National Laboratory explained why the plume may persist. Lunar gravity is weak, and there is no wind to blow the dust away. Once material is lifted, it can remain above the surface for observers to study its shape and movement. Professional astronomers are not alone in being encouraged to watch. Fernando has invited amateur observers to participate as well. Multiple observations from different locations could help researchers understand the event if one telescope captures the flash while another records the plume. These observations may also show whether the plume develops evenly or spreads more strongly in one direction. That pattern could depend on the surface angle, the stage's position at contact, and the way lunar material is released. If several telescopes record the event from different locations, researchers may compare those views to estimate the plume's scale and duration accurately. Even if the flash is missed, the longer-lasting cloud could still provide evidence. Combined with later images from lunar orbit, those recordings may help scientists connect what happened above the surface with the crater and deposits left behind after the event. The expected crater will be too small to be visible from Earth. Fernando estimates that it could measure nearly 90 feet across and about 16 feet deep, which is approximately 27 meters wide and 5 meters deep. Although ground-based telescopes will not resolve a feature of that size, spacecraft around the moon could detect it. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and South Korea's Danuri Lunar Orbiter are expected to collect before and after images of the area. Those pictures could show the fresh crater and any changes surrounding it. The collision matters because it gives scientists a real event to study as lunar activity grows. Researchers are not especially worried about this single rocket stage, but they see it as a way to examine how debris behaves when it reaches the moon and how material released from the surface may affect nearby operations. Benjamin Fernando says part of the interest is connected to future astronauts. Scientists want to understand how much of a hazard impact debris could pose as more people and equipment operate around the moon. The plume from this event may help them estimate how high particles travel, how long they remain above the ground, and how widely they spread before falling back. That matters because the moon has weak gravity and no wind. Dust and fragments do not behave there as they would on Earth. Material lifted by the collision may follow long paths above the surface rather than being quickly slowed or dispersed. Watching the plume may therefore provide a clearer picture of the environment future crews could face after similar events. For researchers, even a modest plume could offer valuable clues about visibility, particle movement, and practical challenges that future lunar missions may face near unexpected surface disturbances on the moon. The event also highlights the broader problem of abandoned hardware. Scientists may not regard this stage as an immediate threat, but the number of objects entering space continues to grow. More missions mean more rocket bodies and spacecraft requiring tracking after their work ends. Without careful planning, some of those objects may remain on paths that produce unexpected outcomes years later. The fact that experts believe this collision could have been avoided strengthens that lesson. Nudging the stage into an orbit around the Sun might have kept it away from the lunar surface. That will not change Wednesday's event, but it raises a question. Should disposal decisions receive more attention before launch? The coming event will not provide every answer. It will produce one crater, one plume, and one observational record. Still, those measurements could help scientists judge their expectations against a real outcome. A mission that began by carrying 2 lunar landers is ending with an unexpected arrival on the moon. The upper stage may create a crater, a brief flash, and a dust plume visible through telescopes. Scientists will use those observations, along with images from lunar orbiters, to examine the event and consider what it means for future astronauts. The collision also draws attention to the growing need to manage abandoned hardware more carefully. While no mission was designed for this outcome, the collision could provide scientists with valuable data that would otherwise be impossible to collect. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.